G'day Spurs fans, Paul the Hotspur hippie, the only psychedelic soccer show on the internet. Should we do the football first or the YouTube bollocks first? Let's do some YouTube bollocks. So everyone's favourite fun-sized groiper has been called out again by someone else, not Jacob, who's doing a fine work trying to detoxify Chernobyl. It ain't going anywhere. Myself is Paul O'Keefe, a journalist. He won't have anything to do with Stel. Oh, is it because of all this made up shit? No, it's because he sends messages like this to people. This is the person that you lot are supporting out there, folks. And I know I'm going to get it on this video like I do every other. Stop the divide. Don't attack people. What do you call that? What do you call that? Now, that is a message he sent to someone whose mum was suffering from cancer. Die a slow, painful death. What a disgusting, evil human being. Evil human being. And I applaud Jacob for what he's doing over on United Spurs of America. My thing about YouTube at the moment is related. It's similar, but it's not exactly the same. My issue is that I see a lot of lack of support. I've said this before. I don't think it's good for Tottenham. I don't think it's good for the team. I don't think it's good for the manager. Sowing discontent everywhere. You know, people who even won't have anything to do with that short little clown, have all his chief disciples spreading their filth, and it's just turned Tottenham YouTube into a cesspit. People talk about YouTube being a community. It is nothing of the sort. It's a bunch of little WhatsApp groups with a load of bickering, a load of gossip, a load of backstabbing, and then when people get found out on it, here come the excuses. Oh, it was because of this. In essence, I'm sorry, I was having a bad day. I'm distancing myself from the lot. I don't want to know any of that stuff. I don't have this problem because whatever I say about someone behind their back, I've already either said it to their face or I will do. And if I don't like them, I don't like them. So there you go. That's the YouTube drama out of the way. And I'm looking forward to episode 3 of Jacob's crisis, because that's what they are, a bunch of crybabies. By the way, the disciples of Stel's new tactic is to go about saying that Jacob and me hate Jews. There you go. Great one. But if you want to choose to believe a guy that can say that about someone's mum, that can have a go at someone's disabled child, that can dox someone, be real creepy online, have a go at my family, all of that shit, go for it. You're welcome to it. If you're on that side of the divide, don't come anywhere near this channel. Nowhere near. Don't want to know you. Anyway, on to the football. Now, Ange has done it. He did his press conference yesterday, but it's been coming out in bite-sized chunks, which is annoying because it means I've kind of forgotten what he said yesterday now. Shit! I'll tell you what, this video is cursed today. I tried to do it earlier. It fell over earlier. This is when I was out and about today. And then I got home and I thought I'd do the editing. But before I do the editing, I'll clean up some space on my phone. So, of course, I deleted it. And now I'll do it again. And some mysterious forces push over the milk crates that I'm using to prop the camera up. Anyway, football, Ange's press conference. Here we go. So, good news for Tottenham. Shit news for Manchester United. They're on the onset of a burgeoning injury crisis. Let's see how they get on, see how their fans react to it. It's probably the same shit in it on YouTube with every club. I don't think we're Tottenham specific, although we do have a particularly nasty, evil, lying little twit running things, or thinking he's running, the Master Svengali. But looks like our players are starting to come back. There's a whole roster. I think there's Vicario, there's Udogie, there's Madison, Odebear, and then imminent we've got Solanke, Romero, and Van der Ven's interesting what Ange said about that they're doing some mechanics work for them. Now, I'm going to have a guess at this, so this might not be right. What I'm thinking is that because Mickey has done his hamstring in a few times, even before he joined Tottenham, so no, it's not Ange's training methods. Maybe they're working with him on how he can move his body slightly different. to protect, give himself a bit more protection, just a bit of technique work. That's what I'm guessing. If I was to even guess even a bit further, I'd say that they used that 45 minutes that he played to maybe gather some data on him, and now they're working with him so that hopefully we can prevent these things from happening again, because he's had a rough old trot. And I think it makes sense. Now Ange is kind of taking a little bit of credit. He said he was the catalyst for it, and I think that's fair enough. I think getting someone from outside the club, it can't hurt. It can't hurt. I think it's a great idea. So there's Ange not having a clue about football, doing something forward thinking. I think it's brilliant. Bit proactive, to use a boring old corporate word. What else was Ange on about? He addressed one of the journalists saying, "Oh, you seem, a bit less," and Ange just nails it on the head. Grumpy, which is the perfect word. It's like not angry, not pissed off. It's just grumpy, and I think it's fair enough for him to be grumpy. I don't get these people that say, "How come Ange is so upset after a game when we lose or don't play well, yet he's happy when we win or play well?" Is that what? Don't you want a manager to be a little bit emotionally invested in the team he's managing? I don't get it. It's like all these weirdos that go on about his eye contact. Now, I did notice something. I haven't noticed this before, but he's always done it, about the eye contact thing. If you notice, when someone's asking him a question, he's focused. He is looking at them. He's gathering it all in. He's looking at them, what they're talking about. And then when they've finished, he uses all that processed data to formulate an answer, a thoughtful answer. And that's why he's looking down. And I just think if you're talking about Ange's not looking at, I can't believe this is a thing, not looking at people, I think you're a bit of a weirdo. Because for a start, different cultures around the world do different things with eye contact, and different people do. So I think people are still banging on about that. They're having a laugh. They're just finding any excuse to put the man down, a man that has stuck with us through this really tough period, and he's trying to help us, man. He's trying to get us back on our feet. So I think he deserves our full support, which is what I'm going to do on this channel every time. Now, was there something else he mentioned? Yeah, he's talking about son's captaincy. Is son too nice to be a captain? Ange defended him. I don't get these people, and Ange nailed it. He said, when things aren't going well, you want to find a scapegoat. You want to find a reason. And perhaps, and I'm going to add my own little bit here, I'm paraphrasing, perhaps the reason of having 12 or 11 injuries isn't sexy enough for people, so they've got to point the finger at someone, haven't they? And I think it's totally unfair. I think they've really struggled to manage that balance, like I was just saying the other day, between form and fitness. I didn't express myself clearly. I think some people think exhausted is like when you run up a flight of stairs and you get out of breath. No, that's not what this is. This is body wear. This is fatigue. This is muscle breakdown. This is tendon breakdown. If you keep going, Ange said that they've not been training. They can't do that strenuous amount of work and then do it in between and then do it again. You won't be able to do it. And so in games even, they're probably having to pull back a bit, knowing that if they keep going, we're going to get more injuries. So somehow I think that, look, I know the results have not been spectacular, let's face it, but they've had to manage this situation, and under the circumstances, hey man, I think they've done it as best as they can, and I think our players have given a lot, we shouldn't be getting on their case. Now, we're getting players back, which is going to make the Manchester United game interesting. And also, for a start, even if they could train, you can't have 11 aside. Who are you going to play against? But for the Manchester United game, look, I'm always going to predict we win. I'm always going to say it's 5-0 because I'm a deluded Spurs fan. Happy clapper. Oh, he's happy when we win. It don't mean nothing. But I don't know if there's a guarantee that we'll do well tonight. With players coming back, are they 100% match fit? used to the tempo of the Premier League. It might take a game to get them back up there. So again, like if I do a watch along tomorrow morning, which I'm not sure I will yet, the kickoff is at 3:30 a.m. If you want to know if I do one, hit the like and subscribe and the bell icon. I usually go half an hour, go live half an hour before a kickoff, but it's at a weird time tomorrow. A bit tired over working a lot this weekend. I'll be watching it in bed if nothing else. But I won't be shitting the bed if it don't go our way. I'll be understanding because I think that's part of what support is. And, you know, if people talk about getting the fan base undivided and uniting the fan base, the only way to do it is to get behind the manager and the team and not behind some little runt that likes to have a go at someone who's got a family member in a lot of distress and slag the team off. And, you know, I'll go back to YouTube a little bit. You know, these YouTube channels, they might not have the chief acolyte, the grand wizard on there, but they'll have a lot of his best mates and disciples on there spouting the same shit. And of course, it's great for numbers because it's under the guise of it's just a debate. Well, in my opinion, it's just spreading shit about. It's spreading shit about, and that's why I don't do it on my channel, because I'm all up the Spurs on this one in the face of whatever preposterous circumstances we've got. It's the way that in my day we used to support the football team. Win, lose or draw, we'd have a laugh, we'd have a good time. We wouldn't start putting the boot in when things weren't going well because we always had hopes, we always had dreams that things would get better. And you know what? Sometimes they did. And I think they are going to start getting better now. Man United, don't know if it's too early yet. Don't know if it's too early, but Man United are on a downer. I think Amarim's under a bit of unfair flack. He's only been in the door 5 minutes and he's getting questioned left, right and centre. You know, he's getting familiar with his squad, but I'm happy about it because stuff Manchester United. Although he did have a little jibe saying Man United were a bigger side than Tottenham. So, you know, watch your step, son. But yeah, I think it's going to be a good game. I'm looking forward to it. I hope the home support is well behind them tonight, lifting us. You know, that 12th man in the stadium. It shouldn't make a difference, but it does. And when you get that feeling, it's only when you get that feeling, the unity feeling, the united feeling behind the team, behind what the manager's doing, that you can have any hope of success. So while everybody knows better and they should have done this and should have done that, and splintering off a very small, I think, shouty section of the crowd into ill feeling, it ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen. I think, you know, I can't tell people what they can and can't do. I'm not saying people should run their channels any other way. They can run in whatever bloody way they like. They can have whatever opinion they like. But I've got my opinion too. And in my opinion, they're a bunch of immature, backstabbing, two-faced crybabies. I've just got the one beautiful face. That's enough for me. I can't be doing with more than one. Just slagging off the team for numbers, looking like the big expert, trying to audition for Sky Sports. That's what they're trying to do. They watch Sky Sports, they see all the bullshit they talk about Tottenham, and they try and do it themselves. And on this channel, fuck that. It's glory, glory Tottenham Hotspur. That's all it's about. Till next time, folks. Peace and love, man. Come on, you Spurs.